All of this outrage now making people of all creeds and colors feel helpless. This morning, an article originally written back in 2017 is trending this morning on Facebook. It's titled 75 Things White People Can Do for Racial Injustice. This piece has been published by Medium and is continually updated to ensure each item is accurate and relevant to today's climate. So joining us now is Clinton Normore. He's the Associate Vice President of Diversity and Inclusion at A.T. Still University in Mesa. Can we talk? Good morning to you, by the way. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning.
Let's
Glad
talk.
to be here.
I'm happy you're here as well. Can we talk, please, about how people can not just continue the conversation, but I think there needs to be a restart. How do you even begin to talk about what's going on now and how do we rectify it? I feel like we have this conversation or we have this question every 6 months or so.
Absolutely. I think that the article shined a light on the need for conversations on difference. And those conversations should be authentic and honest and value perspectives. Often when race is a factor in a conversation, it becomes divisive. Part of the problem is the lack of ground rules going into that conversation. So one can have very credible, rich, and robust conversations about differences and achieve equitable and comfortable outcome. And understand the method we use at A.T. Still University is cultural proficiency. Not every time are you going to come away from a conversation agreeing, but you can leave that conversation agreeing to disagree.
So when do you start this conversation and how do you start it? I mean, it can be uncomfortable for a lot of people, but with what's going on right now, everybody's talking about this. How do you even begin to talk and hear other people's points of views?
Well, I think it should be part of the infrastructure. In our university, cultural proficiency is embedded into our curriculum of each of our programs, and thereby having those conversations becomes natural. I think that one of the points the article pointed to was seeing people of color in a multitude of positions in varying degrees. And I think that that too is important in creating robust conversations and maintaining those conversations throughout. So starting is difficult, but part of the start must be predicated on good-hearted, strong-minded, and will persons coming together saying we're going to have a rich conversation about differences and hear what each other believes with regard to their perspective.
And on the flip side of that, not having conversations, in your opinion, is that part of the problem as well? Do you think every conversation needs to be had, say, in universities like yours, in corporate America and things like that? What if there are no conversations? How are you the one to start it? And what about the silence?
I think that this is a deeper issue with regard to infrastructure. Absolutely, race conversations should be had in every venue, and they should be inclusive, and they should not be designed to, in my opinion, to achieve an outcome, but to understand perspectives. The infrastructure, societal infrastructure, is that we don't often see people of color in positions of power and influence, which leads us to believe that there is little value to the conversation. So I think that one of the things infrastructurally we must do in society is have people in those positions, powerful positions, who reflect the demographics of the population.
So that there can be conversations that do happen in every single industry.
Absolutely.
All right. Clinton Normore, Associate Vice President of Diversity and Inclusion at A.T. Still in Mesa. Thank you so much for being here, and hopefully we can talk to you as this story is going to continue to develop and emotions will continue to run high. I hope you'll be available for us.
It's my pleasure. I would love to. Thank you.
Okay. Be safe.